So welcome everybody, welcome to the IBA World Championships Dubai 2025. In this very room just behind me, a few minutes ago, the draw was completed for the start of the competition tomorrow. 13 weight categories, 428 fighters, 108 countries represented, and the draw is always great because you've got the team members in the room, you've got the boxers themselves, you've got the coaches, and everybody's eagerly anticipating it, including my esteemed guest, CEO and Secretary General of the IBA, Mr. Chris Roberts, OBE. Chris, always good to see you. And the draw's when it all gets started, isn't it? Because, you know, they're just dying to wait and see who they're going to get.
Yeah, it's been an anticipated draw based on the number of participants, and we've been eagerly watching them come in over the past few days. So culminating today with the draw, 13 weight categories, went quite smoothly, and I think now that's what everybody wanted, and we look forward to the start of the competition tomorrow evening. First bout down the range, 5 p.m. So.
And the setup for where the boxing's going to be is terrific. We had the opening ceremony last night, which was tremendous. You don't see Roy Jones and Rick Ross on the same kind of musical bill very often, but we did last night, which was absolutely mega. But a tennis stadium is ideal, I've always thought, because the floor space is just the right size. We could get 2 rings in there. It's a perfect setting. Outdoors, it just adds that bit extra.
Yeah, I think originally when we first looked at it during the site visit, you know, we thought it's definitely got, because they've had events here before, combat events, and certainly from yesterday evening when we had the opening ceremony, as you mentioned, I mean, it was spectacular. It was something that you don't very often see in the front of any event. So after that, setting the scene, and of course everybody's been working extremely hard on getting the venue prepared. The stadium itself is perfect. It's like stepping into Sparta. When you look at what you saw last night, and you can see, you know, the lights and the sound and everything that's going to be brought forward, and equally as well, starting the session at 5 p.m. will bring the lights and the sound in closer, so you'll see this every night. And I just think, yeah, as you mentioned, it was a really great opening ceremony. Setting the scene for today, draw, perfecto, and then on we go tomorrow, and it's going to be great. The first bout that goes down, we're looking forward to that, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, like you say, the time of day is great because it is just beginning to get dark, and the temperature's probably about 22, 23. There's just be a little bit of a breeze, and if you're competing, I mean, what we always care about most, certainly what you care about most when you're setting all of this up, is what are the conditions like for the athletes, because that's what matters most. And the conditions for the athletes here are terrific. You look around the hotel, a lot of boxers staying in this hotel, and then of course there's the prize pool, over $8 million in the kitty for the prize pool. It's unprecedented.
It is. It'll certainly change lives, I'm sure, at the end of this tournament. Whoever's fortunate to get to that gold medal, the very best, will be picking up some nice prize money. Getting back to the point about the safety and the health and safety, which was one of our main, I'm not going to say concerns, but an outdoor event in Dubai, you would think, yeah, all right, how's this going to go? But we did the risk assessment, we did the analysis on that, we looked at the different timings of the day. 5 p.m. is perfect. You know, as you say, the temperature comes down. Everything as far as the medical side is being managed. We've done our medical risk assessment. We have our medical staff. We've increased on that as well, and the hydration piece. So outside, brilliant. It sets the scene. Open air. Boxers are being managed. Referees will all be in place. And I think just in terms of what we've got around, you know, conditions perfect. Hotels, literally 5 minutes from the venue. We've taken all the hotels around the outside of the stadium, and everything's on tap for them. So team strips, we're also producing for those that have not brought them. So everything there for the boxers, foremost.
And I know that heading into this, the whole ethos around this, 2-week-long festival of boxing basically is you've worked really hard to make sure that this has been an open door, and that anyone who wants to walk through it can walk through it, because we know the situation politically with amateur boxing currently, and the IBA are trying to put all of that aside, essentially, and anybody who's wanted to come here can come here, and you've come up with all sorts of ways to make that happen.
Yeah, we have, and as we've spoke about before, Andy, in the past, boxing touches everybody's lives, the most deprived areas, and we brought boxers from and I say this always, from all four corners of the world. They've come here, and we've opened up the doors for the boxers, we've opened up the doors for the coaches, surrounding family. We had, as we mentioned before, it's been great for the Dubai people here. And we want to demonstrate capability. We want to show people what the sport of boxing does to improve and bring people together, bring people together from all different backgrounds. And you know, we see this, and we saw last night, you know, at the opening ceremony. Anybody can come to this tournament, walk through the door, sit down, and watch top class boxing happen every night for the next until the finals. And it's yeah. I mean, we're hoping that it's going to really sort of, you know, inspire the we'll be going to the next generation. But of course, grassroots boxing is ultimately where the president has got this pull through. This is what he wants to do. He's pioneering to make sure that the prize money is used the right way, equipment, everything. So you know, it's about seeing this, and of course, nobody owns it. It's there for everybody. And the one thing we want to do is make sure that we get everyone to the start line and have a great event.
What's great about the draw too is you see a load of names pop up that you know. I mean, Julio La Cruz is here, 5-time IBA world champion. Olen Lopez, I didn't really know if he would come or not, but he's here as well. Hassan Boy Dusmatov, you know, there's 6 Olympic gold medals between those three. Muslim Gadjimagomedov is a professional world champion. But as we know, new fighters will come through, and we'll be sitting at ringside one day, and in the prelims we'll see this fighter we've never seen before, and you think, wow, there's some possibilities there. And then you might see them go through all the way and win that gold medal and scoop that prize money, and that could change everything for their federation, that change everything for themselves, and all of a sudden a star is born, because we'll see plenty of them over the next few days. And that's what I love about this, because that's not an if, that's a when. That's a guaranteed, isn't it?
Yeah, it is, yeah. And that is the beauty about amateur boxing. That is the real key, because you see people come in. We have this story of boxers that come in from schoolboys, schoolgirls, you know, and we see them progress on to the top stage, which is where we're at now. And, you know, as you quite rightly talk about here, Andy, is you don't know what you're going to get. And the star is born right there in the ring, and we see them progress through. And this is the beauty about this event. We're going to see some real talent. We're going to be some, you know, Africa now. You know, we talk to some of the African boxers that are really looking forward to competing, and when you see these stars starting to develop, and you know, I mean, we've you know, where else do you see this grassroots piece and the highest level of boxers coming in? Where else do you ever get that? I don't know. In Dubai, you're going to see it for sure.
Okay, so last one from me, for my own entertainment more than anything else. What's this like for you, the next 10 days or so? Because seeing you around the last couple of days and seeing you at these tournaments, I just see you walking briskly with loads of people following you, looking to ask you questions. That's kind of your life, isn't it, for the next 10, 12 days?
Yeah, it is, and it's good because that's what it's all about. Try not to get stressed. I don't know whether that's possible or not. But always carry a clipboard, make yourself look busy, get amongst everything, speak to everybody, support everybody. Of course, we've got other stuff going on, as you mentioned there. This is coming on from the golden era. We addressed that, we put that into the celebration last night, as you saw. This is a celebration of boxing. It's a boxing festival. Not only do we have the World Championships, of course, we've got IBA Pro on the rest day. The rest day for the World Championship, so that's an active day for us. So, you know, we quickly move the venue around a bit, so that takes a lot of time to get set up. Then we've got the forum, the global forum, where, of course, Andy, you're familiar with that. That's a really important thing to talk about what we're doing through 2026 and beyond. And then the other element to that is that the presidents from each of the national federations will be here on the 13th. Well, they'll be here before that. They'll be here for the finals and the pro, but they're going to be here to do the IBA Congress, sit down at the Congress where we talk about the Constitution, constitutional changes, everything we've done over the last year. And that again, sits in my area, which is quite interesting. And just make sure we get everything right. It's huge. So, yeah, I'll continue to walk around with people chasing me, I think.
No, but that gives us a good flavour of what this is all about, really, because there's the boxing, of course, and that's front and centre, but there's lots of other things happening as well. And when you see all the just people from all over, just the different tracksuits, I'm always thinking to myself, which tracksuit do I fancy most? Which is the best? Because that's a hard fought category as well. With the kit, the national team kit is that's a particular favourite of mine. But it is like the United Nations of boxing, this, isn't it? You know, you've got all sorts of things going on all of the time. You barge into a room by mistake, and there's some kind of meeting going on and something being discussed. But the boxing is the main reason that we're here. As I say, the draw's been made. We're all set. 13 different weight categories. It's coming your way over the next week and a half, and we'll get cracking tomorrow.